Hi, welcome to StepsBallroom Online and our Technical Tuesday series. This video series focuses on ideas and terminology that we use in our other class videos. Today we're going to be focusing on some basic dance frame positions. Okay, so our first dance frame position is going to be our standard closed frame position, which is the frame that we use for the majority of patterns and the majority of dances. Now, closed frame is going to have 3 points of contact. The first point of contact is going to be the gentleman's left hand, lady's right hand, palm to palm. Now, it's going to stay about the height of the shorter partner's nose. This is normally the lady, but not always, but we're just going to keep it here. We don't want to let the arm drift down. We also don't want to let it rise up. So this is about where you want to keep that arm. The second point of contact is going to be the gentleman's right hand to the lady's shoulder blade. You're going to use your fingertips to find the lady's edge of her shoulder blade. It's like the lady's handle. If I want the lady to step to my right, I can ask her to move to my right. If I want her to step to my left, I can use the heel of my hand to ask her to step to my left. If I want her to step towards me, I can use my whole hand as I step backwards to bring her with me, which covers 3 of our cardinal direction leads from this one hand hold. Now, the third point of contact, ladies, you'll see a lot of different hand holds for the gentleman's shoulder. The one that I prefer is that you take the soft, fleshy part between the forefinger and the thumb, and you lock into the circular muscle, the deltoid on top of the shoulder. Now, you don't squeeze because you'll bruise them. You also don't push down because you'll wear him out before the song is over. You want to push into him here so that as we're balanced together like this, if he wants you to step backwards, he can let his weight come forward first, and you will feel that push you backwards. That way he will never step on your toes. So our 3 points of contact for our closed dance frame are 1, 2, and 3. Our second dance frame position that we use is open position. Now, open position is going to be a double hand hold position here with our partner. Generally speaking, you want your arms roughly bent 90 degrees at your side, not behind you, but also not in front of you as a starting position. Now, depending on the dance, depending on the pattern, you may have either the gentleman coming up, palm up, with thumbs resting lightly on top of the lady, or you may have the gentleman palm down with the thumb underneath over top of the lady's hand. But in either position, usually the lady is palm down in the middle, and we keep them about waist high. These are nice and loose and relaxed. I should be able to maneuver the arms around in space. The only direction that you cannot maneuver the arms is if I were to push towards the lady. There's a brick wall right here that the arms will hit, and at that point, I can no longer move the arms back any further, but the momentum transfers to her body, and that pushes her back so that I can tell her to take a step backwards as we go. So don't lock the elbows. They have to be able to stretch and move, but they don't go behind you in any direction. So this is open position. We just talked about open position. Now there is an exception to open position. So this is sort of open Mark II. Open position, but plus palm to palm here. We have this balance point that we've created. It's kind of halfway between being in closed frame and being in the looser open frame. So this is used for patterns where you want a little more distance between you and your partner, but you still want stability in the arms. The major difference between regular open and palm to palm open is here I should not be able to maneuver the arms around in space so that when I push and pull, I can twist the lady against the frame instead of getting just the arms moving in space. This is palm to palm open position. So after closed and open, our third dance frame position is apart. And it's just like the name says, we're not in contact with our partner. Now the distance between us is going to vary depending upon the dance and on the patterns, but generally speaking, the major feature of the apart dance frame position is that sight leading becomes an issue, which means that whatever the gentleman dances, the lady then mirrors on the next measure, kind of like singing row, row, row your boat. I'm going to start the song, and then the lady's going to finish it on the next round. This is apart position. Okay, after closed, open, and apart, the next set of dance frame positions we have are going to come in pairs. The first pairing that we're going to work with is promenade and counter-promenade. Promenade, we start in a closed dance frame, and then you will take your toes and your nose towards your left or right hand, depending on whether you're the man or the lady. So turning your body into a V shape here, you'll notice the V shape in the upper body The arm is lifted, my nose and my toes are pointing towards my hand. This is promenade position. Now if we have promenade, counter-promenade is rotating the opposite direction. So if we start in closed frame position, we take our nose and our toes towards the crook of our connected side, and this is counter-promenade position. This is used primarily in a lot of the smooth dances such as waltz and foxtrot. Okay, so our 6th and 7th frame positions are also going to be a pairing, much like with promenade and counter-promenade. These are going to be right side and left side dance frame position. So we'll start in closed again. We're in closed position. Right side position, just like the name, is being parallel to each other to the right of frame position. So that when we step here, we're stepping outside and past each other. Starting closed again, left side position then is just like the name, on the left hip, outside the feet, so that if you were stepping, you're passing outside in parallel to each other. So these are right side and left side frame position. Okay, so our 8th and final frame position is uniquely different from the other. This is called skater's position. We'll bring ourselves from front to back, standing on one side, outside parallel with our partner. We have both hands. It's like an ice skating figure where you're skating down the ice floor at the Olympia. Now we can do skater's position with the lady on the right, but we can also do skater's position with the lady on the left. This is skater's position. So let's recap. We started with closed dance frame position and open dance frame position. Open palm to palm is more of a variation of open frame rather than its own unique frame position. We then had a part position. Then we moved on to our pairings of promenade and counter-promenade, as well as right side and left side dance frame position. Finally, we wrap up with skater's position. Now the functional use of this is that when we build our patterns in our class videos, we'll reference these positions as we start in closed frame, moving into a promenade dance frame, and then returning to a closed frame, for example. So it's a matter of knowing what positions you're trying to achieve. Thank you for joining us for our Technical Tuesday series. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you like and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you receive our updates in the future. If you'd like to join our live stream classes, you can email us at dance@stepsballroom.com, or you can find our social media links down in the description. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, keep practicing, and I'll see you in our next video.